All right, this is a continuation of 5.3. Now we're talking about what does opposites of each expression mean? What do we mean by what is the opposite expression algebraically? So if we go back to grade 7, first of all, and I said, what is the opposite of 3? Well, that's not a marker, that's a highlighter. I said, what is the opposite of 3? What is the opposite of 3? What you would all know, hopefully, is negative 3 is the opposite. And we represent that in grade 7 with a number line. And we said something like 3 is over here and negative 3 is over here. We can always numerically represent the opposite because from 0, the distance on a number line from 0 to 3 is the same as the distance from 0 to negative 3. So they are equidistant to 0 is a way we always thought about numerical opposites. When we approach the idea of algebraic opposites, the same thing is true. If I think of this number line here and put 0 there and say this number is x, it could be 3, it could be 9, it could be 125, whatever. How do I represent its opposite on that number line? What would it be? Yeah, negative x. And we talked about that when we dealt with our negative signs and exponents. We said that this is not this. We said this is the opposite of 2 squared. And we could have actually represented that with a number line as well. But when we think about it, number line wise, that makes sense. But more importantly, if I look at it symbolically and I drew my x, there's my x there, what would I have to combine that with to make it into 0? And the answer is I would combine it with this tile to make 0. So when you have the opposite of something, combining something with its opposite, the important takeaway here, combining something with its opposite will always result in the number 0. So therefore, if I think about 5 and a negative 3x, its opposite will be combined to make 0. So from a constant, I need 5 negatives. And from an algebraic part, I need 3 of these. Pictorially, this expression, which is here, combined with the opposite of each of those pictures, should make 0. So therefore, the opposite is negative 5 plus 3x. The opposite of this expression is simply negative 5 plus 3x. And therefore, ergo, what is the opposite of this trinomial? Real simple. First term, negative 7x squared. Second term, it's positive 5x. Its opposite is negative 5x. And finally, the constant of minus 1, its opposite is plus 1. If I combine this trinomial with this trinomial, what would I get? I get 0. So if you think about what's the opposite of expressions, if you think about the opposite of each term within that polynomial, you would get the opposite polynomial.